Sup, my name is Ryu for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council, and today we're talking about the top 5 decks of July 16, 2015 Banlist format. Fuck you, Konami, for not releasing on July the 1st, so that way I can just say July 2015 and not confuse people. Anyway, I'm going to give 2 honorable mentions for very more competitive edge decks that just have not broken into the scene or broken into these top 5s. So, honorable mentions. Heroes. When I say heroes, I'm talking about the mask heroes, your typical Dark Lord plays. They're almost there, just not there enough. They're pretty good for competitive play, though. And the second honorable mention, the better of the two in my eyes, Ritual Beast. Now, Ritual Beast are tier 3 and heroes are around the same thing, or tier 2. So, with that said, let's move on to our top 5. Starting off the list at number 5 will be Satellar Knights. I know some of you instantly hate it, but their usage between the Star Seraph engine, if they so choose it, or just plain old Satellar Knights in their 40 back row cards, makes them a giant threat and makes them one of the better of the 5. Well, to be honest here, I'm not a giant Satellar Knight fan, but they're able to control a lot of the game until Denko Sekka comes out. They cry in the corner until they can jump over it. Cry. Typical plays involve reinforcements to the army to Deneb into Altair or Vega or just whatever they want to search at that point in time. They have their own Solemn Judgment, which puts them immediately as a threat. At the same time, they have pretty good matchups, but are easily stopped with the right cards. But that goes for pretty much everything on this list. Just saying. Alright, number 4 pick without wasting any time because I got a lot of stuff to film today. My apologies. And a lot of videos coming out to you guys this week. Qliphorts. If you didn't think they were dead, oh boy, they rose up again. And the reason they're number 4 is because of their new best friend. The way Asian Eyes put it, the best way to play Qliphorts is simple. You play towers and you win the game. But now that's much more faster and more consistent than it really ever has been. Because of Wavering Eyes, Summoner's Art, and Scout. And just trapless build, it's much easier to drop out of towers than it has been the past couple of formats. Meaning that Qliphorts now jump up in the meta scene just a little bit more. Now they can still lose one turn, their own skill drain, and actual skill drain Vanity's Emptiness and floodgate you to hell, or they could play Tower Turbo. I kind of like Tower Turbo, to be honest. And let's keep in mind, Clash of Rebellions comes with Chicken Race, and if they wanted to, they could play that and get 6 extra draws. And okay, let's not talk about that. That kind of scares me. But anyway, you understand what I'm saying here. They can make the deck even faster, meaning that this is going to be one to contend with in this format, this whole entire format until after Worlds. Without wasting any more time, let's go on to our number 3 spot. And this is, honestly, number 3 spot. It's one of my favorite meta decks. If out of the 5, if I had to play one of these, this would probably be the deck I'd play. Because of newfound flexibility, Cher Dolls are now even more so of a threat. Now some of you are instantly scratching your head and going, what the fuck is Ryu smoking? Let's talk about it. They can drop Trishulya. Easily the only meta deck, maybe Burning Abyss, if they have the right setup and use a tuner that's not one of theirs. They can bring out Trishulya. But we're talking about Synchro Trishulya. Cher Dolls are pretty much the only deck on this entire list that will have the most viability in dropping that Trishulya out. Now, that doesn't make them a threat more than they've been. They didn't lose anything, unlike Necrots and Qliphorts and Burning Abyss Lost Tour Guide. They still have everything. Winda stops you from special summoning more than once per turn. Level 5 or higher. Yeah, once per turn. I'm just making sure I got the effect right. Construct will blow up anything. Shinai 9, as I call it, the Earth one, is a pain in the ass that basically is a giant walking, talking effect failure. They can play Glow Up Bulb. They can play Puro Cerberus. They can play a lot of tech cards we talked about on Tech Tuesday, and the builds don't always look the same because of what you throw in it. There's plenty of ways to play Cher Dolls, and that's kind of why I like them as a meta deck. And I'll be honest, yes, I like Cher Dolls as a meta deck because of the flexibility and between not being the same fucking build every fucking time. Alright, that's getting off track. Anyway, Cher Dolls are still a giant threat. They have pretty much one of the best matchups with everything on this list except for a few things. So that's why they get the number 3 spot. Now, the last 2 spots, the number 2 is going to go to Necrots. I don't think I really need to say much here, but something I have coming out for Tech Tuesday this week, and it should be up before this video, or the same day, will allow the deck to basically, well, replace what they lost, their little warrior. Their little warrior that they use as a whole ritual. But let's be honest, they have plenty of ways to still ritual summon. They're pretty much still the best deck. They only lost 2 fucking cards. Besides everything else they lost, which we don't talk about because deck still was one of the best decks last format, right? So it's pretty much going to continue that trend. It's going to be one of the best. If the ARG list proved anything, it's still that Necrots have a lot of dominancy and a lot more to be hit. And that's to be true. If there's any deck that I believe in my honest to God bones that could win worlds outside of Cher Dolls, it'd probably be Necrots. Because you gotta remember, Burning Abyss, I don't believe everything's over in OCG just yet. So, I may be incorrect, and I'll retract that statement if it's true. But, it's just something I see happening. So, Necrots get the number 2 spot because, honestly, everything that they lost could be easily replaced. They don't really need the Jhin. And outside of the Jhin lock, which basically made the game fucking skillless for them, and made you how to play Book of Eclipse, they have a replacement for that little monster, which I'm going to be talking about on Tech Tuesday, unfortunately. But, hey, that's a kind of guy I am. Anyway, let's go to number 1 spot, which is going to Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss are seeing Insurgency in play again, and I honestly believe they're going to be the number 1 deck to watch out for this entire format. Float.deck is what they used to be called. Trap float.deck is what I like to call them. But in all honesty, they don't care about your Denko Seka. You play Denko Seka turn 1, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to jump over it, make a Dante jump over it, set 5 and say go. Let's be honest with each other. And I will basically talk about the top 5 underrated decks this format, because there are 5 of them to really talk about. But Burning Abyss do have the best matchup across the entire board. They're not threatened by Cher Dolls. Cleave Forts are running Tower Turbo. That's cool, bro. We have outs. To be fair, the deck has outs. I can't remember all the outs, but they have outs. Everything has outs to Cleave Fort Turbo. But it's going to come down to Burning Abyss and Cleave Fort Turbo in my eyes. But if I'm talking about what decks you're going to see more, I'm saying Burning Abyss, definitely. It's definitely the one deck that has the most power of this format going in. And I think it's going to be the biggest threat to worry about. So, Guide to Your Side coming back. For those of you who don't know what that video is, it's basically a side decking tip video where I talk about side decking, stuff across the board. It's going to change a little bit than what it used to be. And there will still be ones that just focus on one deck, but there will be ones that focus on decks across the board, because I feel that would make a great expansion for the series, hence why I stopped doing it for a little while when I got sick. And when I was sick, I got time to actually think about a lot of the videos I was posting on how to improve on them. So that's definitely one thing that you're going to be seeing. Now, more top 5s still to come. If there's any top 5s you'd like me to cover, please sound off in the comments below. I'm ready for the Yugioh Council. If you enjoyed our content, only if you did, make sure to leave a like button. Just smack the like button. Not leave a like button. Smack the like button. An angel grows wings when you do. And blue eyes becomes a dragon. Okay, that was stupid. Anyway, thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. See you guys later. Peace.